Okay, so recently my computer crashed. So I've had this is a MacBook Air. I've had this since 2009. So what is that? It's quite a few years, like 6 years maybe? Yeah, probably 6 years exactly, because I believe I got it in summer of 2009. Maybe it was spring. So about 2 weeks ago, my computer, it basically just crashed on me. Um, and I was not able to start it up. So here, this is what happens. I press the on button, and you can hear it's just beeping at me, but there's nothing booting. It's just a black screen, and it just beeps at me, and that's it. Like, I took it to the Mac store, and they said that because it's such an outdated model, it's considered legacy, that they can't even do anything to fix it. They told me that I should try to find an authorized Mac maintenance person that could probably get all the data off, because they said my data is still on the computer, but at the actual Mac store, they don't have the equipment to open it up and pull out the hard drive and salvage any of the equipment. So I ended up buying a MacBook Pro, which is what I'm using right now, and it's brand new. But the problem with this computer dying is not a problem because it's 6 years old, and yeah, 6 years is a very long time. The problem is I didn't back up my data. So when I first bought that MacBook Air back in 2009, I also got the Time Machine, which is sitting on the floor. This Time Machine, they don't even make this anymore. Sorry about that. So this Time Machine, which also was my Wi-Fi base, this died, I want to say, in January or February of this year, which is weird because everything kind of dies around the same time, because this died about 6 months ago, 7 months ago, and then my MacBook Air dies. And I got all of this stuff at the same time, like 6 years ago. So this was my backup, and it died. So what did I do? I got a new, not a Time Machine, I got a new, what do they call it? Base station. The new one is tall. I can't show it to you because it's connected, but it's like tall, um, like square, like rectangle this way. That new one does not contain a time machine. It does not have a backup. So of course, me thinking, oh, my time machine died, I'll just get a new base station, but the base station doesn't have backup. So then when my computer dies, all my data is now officially gone because that's dead and the computer's dead and I didn't back it up. I'm sure both of these two dead devices probably still have all my data on it, but it's like, is it worth it to go and, you know, try to pay somebody that could possibly salvage it? I don't know. So the thing is I have an iPhone which has a lot of like pictures on it, and I have an iPad which actually had all of my pictures on it. iTunes saved all my music. I just had to log in and all my music came back up. So because of the whole scenario with now don't have a time machine, I wanted to back up all my data for this new computer. I actually went out and got, I can find it, this, which it's plugged in. So I got it's a Seagate. I'm trying to see. It's a Seagate. I'm not gonna be able to see it good. Hard drive, basically, and I got one of the bigger. I believe it's 2 gigabytes TG, whatever that is. So I got that, and I plugged it into my base station. And it's plugged into the base station right now so that it can back up my computer basically on a weekly basis to prevent me from losing all my data. I mean, I'm lucky because most of my pictures I was able to salvage because they were on the iPad, and between the iPad and iPhone, most of my pictures were salvaged, but not all of them. And then I had my camera. I mean, some of the current pictures were obviously on the camera, but I'm sure I lost some pictures, and I do have some on CD, from early 2000s and way back then. But so I guess the reason I wanted to make this video was just to kind of say, if you guys haven't backed up your machines and your machines are going on 5+ years, then it might be a good idea to get one of these, these backup hard drives. Just I got this one on Amazon, and I believe it was like $75, $80, something like that, because it was the higher, it's got more space. And just like back up your data maybe every once in a while. I mean, I set it so it can do it on a weekly basis, but I probably won't do it on a weekly basis because I don't want that hard drive to fail either. It's like with technology, you take the risk of, if everything's on one of your devices and your devices die, then you lose everything. Like the other thing that recently I'm starting to have issues with is this is I don't know what generation it is. It's an iPod Nano actually. I have recently this. I want to say 2007 is when I got this. 2006 maybe. So you're looking at 9 years, and it's done good. Like the earphones, obviously they're starting to fail me, but I used a different set of headphones this morning when I went for a run, and like it's not clear. And I don't know if it's because when you're running you sweat, and maybe the sweat got up in there, and maybe it just needs to air out. But I actually did buy a new iPod Nano. Like I bought this, I want to say like maybe Christmas time. I haven't used it yet, but this is like the latest Nano, which obviously, you compare the two. This is the older one, blue. I don't, you can't even buy this anymore. They're so old. So, I'm trying to buy things ahead of time. Like my camera is also very old. My camera is probably the oldest thing. I want to say I got that in '05. So that's definitely 10 years going on, 11 now. So '04, '05 is when I bought that camera. And so that's definitely a legacy camera. Like the screen, if I have it here, I can actually show you guys. This camera, so Sony CyberShot, 7.2 megapixels. It's only got like a 3x zoom. Anyway, so it's got the screen on the back, but when you turn it on, look, black screen. The screen doesn't even light up anymore. That's how old it is. I mean, the camera still works. I can take pictures, but it's like you got to look through the little box, and it's like, who looks through the little box anymore? I don't think anyone does. I mean, it's bringing me back to when you used to have those disposable cameras, and you'd be like looking through the thing and taking pictures. But this camera, I realized that this is also on its last leg. So a camera is like, the good thing about a camera is even if the camera works, there's the chip in it. You can take the chip out, and then all your pictures are good as long as you got that little chip in there. But obviously, if I go on a vacation again or something and I want to take a lot of pictures, knowing that this camera's on its last legs, and you just don't know when it's going to be the last time it's able to take a picture. So camera's on my list of products. Unfortunately, the computer became the highest priority because it died on me. So obviously, I spent a lot of money on getting a MacBook Pro. And I also got the backup hard drive, so I will probably be getting a camera in the next few months. But anyway, I just wanted to share this story to kind of warn you guys, hey, if you've got a computer or a phone or iPad or something that's, kind of near the end of its life, if it's 5+ years, it is definitely considered legacy, and definitely think about backing everything up and consider investing in the latest and greatest products. I mean, I keep my phones until they die, and yeah, my phone, I got it in 2012. Was it 2012? Yeah, 2012. 2012 for an iPhone. And so they don't even make, it's iPhone 4S. They don't even make them anymore. Like I think the 5 is the oldest model. You can actually buy it nowadays. So anyway, just wanted to share my little story about my computer. And hey, if you have a legacy model MacBook Air and yours is making that beeping sound and you figured out a way to salvage it,